Hello YouTube. Hey guys, it's Fletch. So here we are, and we're going to give you a first look at the Harbor Freight 20-ton log splitter. And as you can see, I've got it covered with a good heavy-duty tarp, and we'll get it uncovered here, and I'll tell you about my first impressions of this log splitter here in just a second. Alright, so welcome back. Here is the Harbor Freight or Predator brand 20-ton log splitter. And by the way guys, this is not a full review of this product. It's just a first look. I have not owned this thing long enough yet to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Just kind of like an introduction to it, what it is and what my first impressions of it so far are. So let's just show you a couple of features about this real quick here to start out with. The first is that it does have a regular tow hitch so that you can tow it around your property. It's obviously not, wired with lights, and doesn't have DOT approved tires on it or anything like that, but around your property I'm sure it would be just fine. It's got a little kickstand right here that it sits on when it's on your property. It's got two catch trays, one on either side here to catch the wood as you split it, and that's important. I'll explain that in a minute. Down here is your hydraulic tank, and you fill the hydraulic tank right there. And let's see here, let's talk about the way that this splits. So what's very nice about this and the way it splits is that you see that's a two-sided splitting anvil there, so to speak, or splitter, and you can see it's got a little bit of surface rust on there. I need to get a better tarp on there. That one has got a hole in it. But anyways, you put your log in on this end, and this whole mechanism slides down. Try not to go too fast to make everyone dizzy. And then as the splitter's there, you take the wood that's on this side that fell over, and you put it on this end, and it goes back and forth. And so there's no wasted motion on the splitter. So every time that the splitter goes down to this end, you put wood down here, it goes down, it splits it. You then take if it's a big piece, and you want to split it again, you take that then split portion that fell on the tray over there, you set it in line, and then it travels back across and splits it again. And so it actually works very well. My son and I were able to knock out this pile of wood very quickly. It was maybe a half hour to split all of that, with two people manning it. One person doing the lever here to actuate it, and another one just keeping it fed. So one person that takes the logs and puts them back on, and then the other person helping on the other side, and then throwing the split logs away. And it's very, very efficient. That I've definitely noticed about it, and I definitely like about it. The engine that's on here, as many of you that are Harbor Freight users will know, this is a Honda clone. It's the Predator brand of engine. And we did follow the recommended break-in on that, which is allowing it to run so many hours with no load, then run a little bit of 2 or 3 hours on like 50% capacity or speed. And basically what I did is just used a little bit in between and let it run for like 12 hours or something like that, just so it got a good break-in. But I also intermixed within that 12 hours, you know, ran it at 50% speed for, you know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, splitting some wood here and there, so, you know, it wasn't all just one type of use that it was getting during that time. But you can see, you know, it's a 212 cc engine, and it is very capable, and it was able to split anything that I put in there. I think they say the limit is 23 inches of what you're supposed to put in there, but everything that I have, you know, everything that I split, you know, in this is all oak here for the most part. Everything that I put in there, it split just fine. The one criticism that I do have, constructive criticism for the engineers at Harbor Freight or Predator, is that when your splitting anvil comes down, it needs to go down further. And the problem or the issue that we were having was that with like red oak, which is really hard and sinewy, right in the center of it, it would only come down to about, you know, right here-ish, something like that. And, you know, with most wood, that's more than far enough to completely split it. But with like red oak, it's very sinewy in the center, and then you would have to actually, you know, back it up a little bit and then rip it apart, because it, you know, it wouldn't travel down far enough to go all the way through it. And I understand, or at least I think I understand, you know, the purpose and the reasoning behind that, and that's to keep the anvil from getting dulled from hitting on the back plate here. But nonetheless, that was kind of a pain in the butt, but not that big an issue. And then the second thing that, for me anyways, was an issue that I was not fond of is that during construction, me and myself rather, and two other older gentlemen, if you look right here, you can just barely see it right here. See where that's ground down? The weld bead on that was too high, and because of that, you couldn't get that pin to go all the way through. That's got the cotter pin in it right there, set pin, whatever you call it where you live. And because of that, that the pin wouldn't come all the way through, and so we had to grind it down. But once we ground it down, it went right in. It wasn't that big a deal, but that does remind me I need to get out there, take that apart and put some paint on there as well to help protect that and to keep it from rusting. But so far, very happy with it. But as I said in the beginning, I've only had it for a couple of weeks or so. One other thing, it might be kind of a helpful hint for someone out there, if you're looking at investing in one of these, it's September of 2016 right now. They are on sale for like 60 bucks off. I've been waiting for months for them to go on sale because I wanted to buy one and try it. But secondly, you need to work it out with Harbor Freight about the lift gate, because as a consumer, you kind of get caught in between. So if you're Harbor Freight customer service, if you're watching this video, then I would definitely say that to you too, because as a consumer, you get caught in between, because the local freight company wanted more money than I paid for freight for simply putting it on a trailer that had a lift gate on it anyways, if I wanted guaranteed that it would come on a lift gated truck. And so if you're not aware of what a lift gate is, it's, you know, it's got a like a platform. It's on the end of the trailer, and so, you know, you wheel it, you know, they use a little hand truck and they wheel it out on there, and then it lowers it down on the ground, and then you can just pull it off of there instead of, you know, this thing weighs, the crate is like 380, 390 pounds, almost 400 pounds. And so, you know, you can't just pick up, you know, a 400-pound crate, at least most of us can't, and, you know, heft it off of there, you know, from 5-6 feet tall, however high, you know, the back of a freight truck is. So something to think about, something to be aware of. You're going to need to have a game plan for that. We had a backhoe that was available, and so we just, you know, pushed it off the back of the truck with the hand truck into the bucket, and then, you know, moved it around to where we assembled it. And so something to be aware of. And Harbor Freight, something for you to be aware of. You need to do a little bit better job of taking care of your customers And in Harbor Freight's defense, I will tell you that they said, yes, there may be an additional charge for this. However, what they didn't explain to me, and what I did need to know, was that if you don't have Harbor Freight pay for the lift gate, then you're going to have to pay through the nose for the lift gate. And the charge, at least for me locally, just to be put on a lift gate was more than the $100 or so, 98 whatever, that I paid in freight costs, shipping costs, to get this sent to me. So some things to be aware of. Hopefully that's benefit to someone out there. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed our initial review or first look of the Predator or Harbor Freight 20-ton log splitter. And as you can see, we got you know, a nice pile of wood going here. We just split about, I don't know, 20 or 30 10 to 12 inch logs, and excuse me, went through it, no problems at all. And so far we're very happy with it. We'll do another follow-up review at the end of wood cutting season and let you know how it continues to fare. But for now, thumbs up. If you enjoy videos like this about homesteading type things and tools, firearms, different things like that, please subscribe. Click the over here in the left-hand side of the button. There's a little subscribe button there. If you click on that, it'll subscribe you to our channel. And if you click on the little cogwheel thing when you do that, it'll give you the option, and it'll send you an email and notify you every time that we publish a new video to YouTube. Well, thanks for joining us today, guys. We appreciate the thumbs up button as well. Hope you're having a blessed day. Shalom.